Good morning, everyone. My name is Nate Meyer, and I'm principal at Fern Creek High School. I want to begin by welcoming our distinguished guests here today, Mayor Greg Fisher, Superintendent Marty Polio, and Assistant Superintendent Michelle Dillard. I want to thank each of you for being here today. I also want to thank our students and our families that are here to celebrate this event. Mayor Fisher talks about all the time about Louisville being a compassionate city. And this program and the work of Scott Horan and his students exemplify what being a compassionate city is about. And the last C of our mission statement deals with citizenship. And Scott's work, the work of our students, what we hope that we're doing is beyond creating and developing students that are college ready and career ready, we're hoping that we're producing quality citizens here that understand the importance of giving back to their community.
This is the collaboration that makes a difference in our community. As we continue to build this collaboration between Jefferson County Public Schools and the city of Louisville, we're going to see more and more powerful work because it works hand in hand. Our focus on deeper learning and service learning projects, but also working with our city to better our community. And this is what we want to do. This is how we want to teach kids. And we think we are continuing to develop a great partnership. So I can't thank the mayor enough for allowing us to work together and continue to build this partnership to help our students learn and become better citizens, college and career ready, but to also help our community. So without any further ado, I'd like to bring up Mayor Fisher.
Thank you, Dr. Polio. Good to be here at Fern Creek. This is my home turf. I was raised on Waltley Road, right on the other side of Bardstown Road, so it's always good to be back in the hood, and especially to be here for this program. I mean, I come out to Fern Creek a lot, so that means a lot of good things are happening out here, and I really appreciate the tremendous work that's going on at Fern Creek High School. I want to thank a bunch of folks that are here, primarily you all, for this tremendous really service on behalf of the entire community. I mean, what's happening obviously is the world's moving at such a fast pace right now. You guys probably think it's normal, okay? But to folks that are just, 10 plus years older than you all, it's moving so much faster than what it was when they were born. So if you don't have access to the digital world or the cloud, I mean, you are way behind. And I know you guys can't imagine what a world would be without that. But for a lot of folks, it's a new reality. And when you take a look at what's happening, let's say this time of the year with online retail and all the busyness that's going on in our city with the UPS hub here, it points it out even more. So the challenge is if you don't have a computer, could you all imagine not having a computer or a smartphone? No, it's just part of your life, isn't it? Well, as we know, too many people don't have a computer. So that means doing your homework's next to impossible. Applying for a job is very, very difficult to do as well. So you guys are providing a lifeline with the work that you're doing here. What you are doing is going to change the trajectory of families in our community while you get your own skills built up at the same time. And I think that's pretty cool. Not many people have the ability to make an impact like you guys are making with the work that you're doing here at Fern Creek High School. So it's a big deal. Digital inclusion is a big priority for us. What do y'all know what we mean by digital inclusion?
Wasn't it like just the divide between people who have technology and people who don't?
Yeah, great. So people that have technology, people that don't have technology. And what is when you think of technology, what parts of technology are there, right? Got to have a device, and then what else?
Like he said internet, and then it's website development.
Yeah, great. Yeah, you got to have internet connectivity, and then you got to know how to operate as well. So you guys are providing the hardware solution to this, and then we're focused on something called digital inclusion to fight digital redlining. You ever heard that term digital redlining before? Okay, so back in the day, there was something called redlining where mortgages were not available in certain parts of the towns. Usually they were inhabited by our African American population, and it was an unfortunate federal government plan that really decreased the ability for African Americans to own homes. That was called redlining. So digital redlining is when you take a look at a city and there's not internet connectivity in those areas of town. And usually those are low income areas of town. You think that's good? No, that's bad, right? So is that going to help people move forward or get behind? Get behind, that's not good. So digital inclusion is a big strategy of ours at Metro. So when you hear us having new partnerships with Google Fiber, we're one of 12 cities in the country that have Google Fiber right now. Or when you see AT&T and Spectrum rolling out their kind of low dollar plans that you need to qualify for so everybody can get on the internet, or we're putting a fiber backbone throughout our city right now. All those programs are taking place to make sure that everybody is included in this digital revolution that we've got going on, so that they have, one, internet access, and then two, that they have a computer so that they can get on the digital highway. So you guys are part of a big strategy, okay, big strategy here. And Scott Horan, where's Mr. Horan over here, has been a tremendous leader in our community to think about, okay, I've got these smart kids that want to be connected to a digital future. We've got a need in the community. We've got great corporations that say, you know, and when they're 2 or 3 years, they update. But as you know, these computers will be gone. You guys bring them up to speed. They'll be useful for 10 years. So we bring those in through our corporations. Our Louisville Metro Housing Authority, this is the team right here, says we can store them. Ed Blaney over here is with our Civic Innovation Office. Chris Seitz, some of our community volunteers, Danny Gregoire, Matt's here. They figure out where they're going to be stored, then logistically how they're going to get here. Then you guys take it from here, right? And then Metro Housing Authority figures out, okay, where are they going to go in the community? And then the other part of them benefits you guys as well. How much does that cost? What do you think? A lot of money? Not so much money? Well, not really. All it costs is all of us just working together, right? Yeah, so really not much money. So what it costs is all of us just exercising our heads a little bit to figure out how we can use these resources we have in the community to help folks and use your skills to do it. So oftentimes we can do great things in the community just by thinking deeply on how we can be smarter than with what we have, build your skills, and prepare you all for what? The future, and maybe a job this summer, right? Have any of you all participated in the Summer Works program? Where'd you work? Humana. Oh, big time. All right. Then did you work in IT or? Okay. Now, do you all think that's going to prepare her for a good job in the future? Absolutely it is. That's impressive. Okay. And Mr. Horan is working even more with our Summer Works program to provide more opportunities for you guys this summer. So the Summer Works program, you get paid, right? You got a nice paycheck, didn't you? How'd that feel? Pretty good. That's right. So now when you all are applying for Summer Works, you can put this experience on your resume. I'm sure you all have a digital resume, so that when Humana or Yum, because our companies are saying we need more folks in the community that have technology skills. So you guys are part of our workforce development strategy as well. And Dr. Polio and Dr. Dillard, you guys have been really, really wonderful for us here as well. I'd like now to introduce our next speaker, and that is somebody that has received our Martin Luther King Freedom Award in our community. The Martin Luther King Freedom Award is given out one time a year to a major champion for justice and equality in our community. It's given in mid-January. We're going to have our next Martin Luther King Freedom Award winner coming up soon. This winner of the Martin Luther King Freedom Award, he worked with Dr. King back in the day, so he's a civil rights champion for us, which we want to hold in high esteem. He's also the chairman of the Metropolitan Housing Authority. So please welcome Mr. Manfred Reed.
Good morning, especially to the students. I usually dress like the mayor, but I thought I'd come out here with the kids. I just dress like you. So here I am. Now, we also want to thank you for your participation and your commitment to education, because that's so important to children. And it looks like, according to the mayor's statements, each of you could be an example to kids throughout the city in their quest for knowledge. And this program is going to add to our efforts at the Housing Authority to close the achievement gaps and to boost children all across the city in their quest for education. And you will become a prime example in a community where we need examples, models, good programs, you know. And we started our efforts about 20 years ago to develop programs by which we can bring all children to be inclusive in educational efforts and programs and activities that helps to build a strong community. The mayor has proved that he is a compassionate mayor building a compassionate city. And he's reached out throughout the entire community and touched all of us. And we would like to make sure that all of our children can have the opportunities that you have here. And I'm pretty sure that what we're bringing is going to be a very, very positive asset in our growth and development. And with you as the model, you make us proud, you know. And every one of you that we see here today, we want to thank you for your participation. We look forward to your further education, your growth and development, and becoming a part of a total community in its effort toward achievement. So I want to take some time to thank the mayor and Mr. Barrett, the Housing Authority, and our staff for their volunteer work to help make expanding these programs into our neighborhoods a positive asset for our children. So thank y'all very much. Have a good.
To close out the morning, I want to bring Scott Horan up here. Scott, obviously the architect and orchestrator of this, I think it's important that you say a few words.
Thank you. I think one of the nicest things, this being around Christmas time, is that we often think of giving as something we do once or twice a year. What's really neat about what these kids are doing is that it is more giving as a lifestyle as opposed to an event. And that's a lot of what you talk about, Mayor, and it's just nice to be part of something where these kids do stuff every day. There are some groups I'd like to recognize. Just stand up quickly. We have probably the biggest in the county, an organization called Girls Who Code. Any of you Girls Who Code who've been building these computers, please stand up. We have, on every Monday, we have another club that gets together that's just, they're sometimes called the Hardware Hackers, sometimes they're just called the Computer Club. If you're part of the group that comes in on Monday afternoons and builds computers, please stand up. As you can see, a lot of the Girls Who Code do double duty. Then we also have a class. We have a class of seniors who get to come every day and on after school. A lot of them are taking finals, so they're not here. But if you are one of those seniors who come in and build computers in the computer repair class, please stand up. There's really about 18 of them, but like I said, we're in the middle of finals and stuff as well. So I just want to thank Microsoft through their very benevolent thing. They have a program that helps. It used to be called DreamSpark, and now it's called Imagine Academy. Without them, this couldn't be possible. Them to be able to give us these operating systems by the hundreds for us to put on machines for people, families and children, to be able to use. And I guess the other thing I'd have to say is thanks to the school system that gives us so much support. I run into technical problems from time to time, and there's always people here to help us out. So thank you. Thanks a lot. Stand up. Take a bow. So This is a great time. The last thing I'd say is that how amazing this is. If you see those numbers, 48 computers and 18 computers, that's 66 computers. That 66 families. And then there's another 36 machines back here. That's 36 more families from our own school family are going to be getting stuff. Mostly these are for ESL students. But when I think of that many families being affected by just this one little group, it's a wonderful thing. So thank you all. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for next summer, looking for us for jobs. And we're always happy to work with the city of Louisville and with the mayor. Thank you very much, and the superintendent.